Hey everybody, how's it going? I know I've been away for a very long time, but life, work, everything gets in the way. So today I wanted to make my first video back, and I wanted to talk to you guys about player grade drums. For the last number of years, I think we've all seen these overinflated, crazy prices for drums that have gotten severely out of hand. And I just wanted to let you guys know that it's okay, man, to buy player grade. I can't tell you how many times I've had a drum for sale or seen stuff for sale that had one hole drilled on the side, or two or three on a bass drum, and people know they don't want to buy them, they don't want to buy them, they don't want to buy them. You guys got to remember, man, these things are tools, right? As much as we love to look at them, as much as I love to look at them, I have all these snares here. I think I have about 20 some odd snares, about 5 or 6 different vintage drum sets. And I can honestly tell you that every single one, maybe, I don't know, out of all my snares, maybe a quarter of them are like museum quality or collector grade, I guess you would say. Not museum quality, but like collector grade. The rest are all 100% player grade. I've either rewrapped them, I've plugged holes, or I've done both. I've had to recut edges. Why? Because I use them, right? And I think most of you guys out there use them as well. So I think it's time that a lot of people that are out there buying drums kind of get their head out of the clouds. It's time to start buying drums that you're going to play with. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're going to set them up and display them, let's get real. When they're on stage and you're playing, you don't remember. No one thinks about the fact that it has an extra hole on the bass drum, or the legs aren't all original, the hoops aren't all original. In the end, it's about how you play. It's about how I play. It's about how good your pocket is. It's about how well we serve the music. It's not about whether or not that rap is original, whether or not that, all the parts on there are original. I come from the hot rodding culture where you take pride in what you've done. You take pride in taking something that was all beat up, 1 foot away from being in the scrapyard, and bringing it back to life. I don't understand why we can't do that in music. I love instruments in general. And a lot of the times you hear people like Joe Bonamassa or all these other people, it's like, hey man, the guitars that were beat up the most, that have the most real wear, were the ones that were played, were the ones that actually sounded good. The ones that are in like pristine condition, a lot of the time it's because they didn't sound good. The pickups weren't right. Whoever owned it just couldn't become one with it, right? And we got to look at drums the same way. Like I said, man, these were tools. These were things that people used to get the job done, where they were a weekend warrior like most of us are, where they're getting paid like some of us do. We're all doing this because we love it. Let me show you this one, for example. This is a Ludwig standard, known as the poor man's jazz festival, right? Works insanely well. There's a bunch of stuff on this drum that isn't original, right? That isn't period correct, right? It takes a little bit of a trained eye to figure out what is and what's not. But you know what? In the end, if you tune this up, this plays amazing. And I love playing it. I play it all the damn time. It does have the original wrap, but the tension rods aren't original. These hoops aren't original. Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff on here that's not original. But in the end, you know what? When it's sitting on your drum stand, on your snare stand, and you're playing, as long as you can tune it well, and and it serves its purpose, who cares that it's not perfect? This one was spray painted black when I bought it, right? And I sat there with the razor blade and just skimmed it, just scratched it all off until I could get it, right? Definitely not collectible grade, definitely player grade. And I've had people give me the side eye because in some instances you can see light scratches on the wrap, right? Because once again, it's not, collector grade, and people want to, pay less. But you know what? First off, screw them. I know what this drum sounds like. And if you're a real musician, man, and not just someone who wants to like keep them up on the wall somewhere, you'll dig them too, man. Remember, player grade means you can afford it. Collector grade, a lot of the times, means that it's way out of reach. Here's another good example. This beautiful, gorgeous 1953, I believe it's a 53, Lady in Ludwig. Sounds amazing. Yep, 53. Sounds amazing, right? Completely rewrapped because whoever had it originally just, left it in the garage or wherever, and the wrap melted. And it's already starting to have issues again over here. You know what? But I don't care, man, because this thing is a beast when I played. It looks beautiful. But once again, the minute I tell someone it's a rewrap, oh my God, they look at it like it's trash. But guess what, man? Try to find another vintage drum that looks and sounds as great as this. You're going to have a hard time because they were used and they continue to be used, right? It's still in round. It sounds great. I love it. Let me show you another one. This one, Holiday, right? A Rogers Holiday. This one, I don't even know from when it is, to be honest with you. Maybe like late 58, 59, something like that. This thing was from when they were painted black on the inside. Somebody painted it white, so I just cleaned it up, kind of took it back to a little bit of stock. But guess what, man? Every single one of these is cracked, like they usually are, right? And I put JB Weld inside to get it going again. There's still one over here that I have to repair. This one right here, that I still have to repair. But guess what, man? It works. It sounds amazing. And it's a head turner, and it's player grade. So guys, ladies out there, if you're out there buying drums, if you're out there trying to restore drums, who cares, man? I have a gorgeous 1965, I think it's 65 or 66 Ludwig Red Sparkle, where I made my own floor tom. It's a 12, 14, 20. Because I cannot find it. And I'm not going to pay $1,200 for a 14-inch bass drum. 14-inch floor tom. So I went out. I went to, what's it called? That shop in Minnesota that makes all the shells, right? I can't remember the name right now. And I sourced a shell. I called Precision Drum. I sourced Red Sparkle. And I built it. I got all the hardware and I built the clone. And you know what? It sounds great. And it's not even a Ludwig. But you know what? I really wanted that 12, 14, 20, and I made it happen. Point being is, guys, it's okay to have stuff that's not original. It's okay to, like, tweak your drums to make them user-friendly. And it's definitely okay if you don't want to spend $1,200, $1,500, $1,600 that people are asking for these vintage 14-inch floor toms, to have one made. Or you make it yourself. It's a great way to spend maybe time with your kids or learn how to do something new. What I'm getting at, guys, is there's a lot of vintage drums out there. Most of them were used and abused because they were always seen as tools. They were not seen as collector items at first. So they're going to have holes. Some of them are going to be stupid huge. They're going to have replacement parts all over them. You know what? Buy them. It's an investment because everything is getting out of hand. The stuff that's like super clean or collector grades, people want ridiculous prices for. And let's just be thankful that we're drummers and not guitar players, where they're paying $200,000 for a 59, Les Paul. Well, I have a 1953 snare drum over here that I paid, I think it was $300 for, right? So we can still get beautiful vintage equipment at a very good deal. And you know what? Let's control the market on our end. Let's stop buying crazy priced parts or drums out there. Let's try and bring the prices down on our own. Anyhow, that's my big rant. I'll be doing more videos again. You guys have a great one. And once again, if you dig what we're doing, please like and subscribe. It helps us out. I know I haven't done a video in a very long time, but we're going to change that.